In this video, we are going to be analysing Nvidia, ticker NVDA. If you want your own stock analysed, throw it in the comments. We'll get round to it when we can. Now though, what are the key things I would be paying attention to on Nvidia? So obviously, we have been uptrending. This is a 90-day chart. We can see obviously an obvious strong uptrend. More recently, it has been slowing down a bit, as we can see from here. But what this is really due to is most likely just the overall market kind of being halted and kind of just being range bound the last month and a half. And again, a lot of this is most likely down to that debt ceiling. So I think we have to have a decision by June 1st. They'll usually carry that on and literally do it last minute. So we'll probably be waiting till June 1st until the market starts to move. We will probably be range bound for that long. So again, Nvidia will most likely be trapped in that same situation until probably June 1st. So that's the first thing I wanted to point out. Now, what are those key levels I'd be paying attention to as both support and resistances on Nvidia though? So we are currently trading between our first deviation resistance on the 1 year and kind of holding our as our statistical mean as a support on the 6 month. Now, we don't tend to use a statistical mean as a kind of a buy indicator or an indicator to really get in at all. We tend to use it as a target. So I don't like buying too close to that statistical mean, because again, that is what is considered fair value on the stock. So on Nvidia, 247 to around 285, this is considered fair value on Nvidia. So trading in this range to me seems a lot more of a gamble. So really, I only want to be shorting really above this level or buying below it. And right now, we're still not really too extended from it. We're sitting at around $300. So what I'd really be watching for is that psychological $300 level. Start to see when we can crack this. And then once we can break above that kind of 297 to 300, our first deviation resistance and psychological level. Once we can kind of break above that, wait for a break above, test that as a support. And if that holds, then there's a good chance we can break to that next deviation, which would still take us to around 340 to 345. Again, that is still quite a mega move. That's over a 10% move. So again, that can be hard, especially if the market becomes weaker in general. So we'll probably have to see the market stay bullish for Nvidia to push up to that kind of level, because again, that is a 13% move. But this is really where I would personally start being looking to trade it a bit more short bias, because again, it is our second deviation on the large cap stocks. You don't tend to see them really trade outside of those ranges for too long. So that is really what I'd be paying attention to. But the problem with Nvidia and why these ranges have kind of got so wide is that it was trading quite volatile before, and then we can see obviously right now it's kind of just being a bit lackluster. So it's kind of making the deviations wide, even though we're moving quite small. So again, to me, if we don't reach these kind of levels, I'm just not even going to pay attention to it. So I have alerts out if we don't hit those. Again, I'm not trading them. So if it's not volatile, I won't really hear about it. If it is volatile, then obviously there's a trading opportunity. We do have further resistances at around $400, but again, quite far off. Not really much point in noting that. We did note below as well the statistical mean between the 285 and the 245. Again, within this range, you're never really looking to trade the stock. I tend to use it as a target. So if I was shorting above that level, my target would be that range. Now though, if we start to break that range, again, if the debt ceiling maybe tells the market to sell off and the video will most likely follow, then we have supports at 228, $200, 170 and 148 as supports on the downside. What on Nvidia and kind of what I would prefer to catch this long bias, just because look at the 6 month trend, uptrending, look at the 1 year trend, uptrending. So really, whenever they're both uptrending, I try and just jump on the longer term trend. I don't really want to play against it. So those resistances can be good targets if you're long. Probably won't even get there, so wouldn't really short if we came into them. But even if we did, probably would short them just with small size, because again, that's trying to play more the pullback. But again, if we can play the longer term trends, buying in from that 228 or below, just trying to jump on that longer term trend should be quite an alright trade. And I hope you enjoyed the breakdown on the video. If you did, why not drop a like and subscribe? Like we said, if you want your own stock analysed again, throw that in the comments as well. And if you enjoyed the video, why not check out this analysis video?